Hi folks, Mike Lambo here. This is a quick flick through of my latest game, Squadron, which is a solitaire game based on a sort of British, very secret Spec Ops type, Secret Service type group about which nobody knows a great deal. But this is it. It's kind of expands on my hostage rescue squad game, and we'll have a look at perhaps some of the differences between those two things as we go through. So here it is. That's the cover, and then we've got the title page, index as usual. We've got 10 missions here to try. They're all very replayable, all different. We have 6 operatives in the Spec Ops team, and each time you play a mission you choose 2 or 3 of them at random, and they have special abilities, so it does help to mix up and make things even more replayable each time we go through. As usual, you get the counters in the back here. They're on Board Game Geek in the files section, so you can download those if you prefer, or simply photocopy or even remove this page. Stick them to a bit of thin card or medium card. I tend to then give them a quick spray of some coating, sort of matte varnish or plastic coat I use very easily. Don't need to do that, but it just helps protect them, stops the ink wearing off when you're moving the counters around and so on. But you don't need to do that at all, really easy to do. You can even just cut them out and use them as paper based, but you do risk sneezing and blowing them all away at that point. It's better to put them on some kind of card. And when you do that, they turn out like this. There's not loads of them. It takes about half an hour really to print it out, stick it on. I tend to use A4 printer labels. You've seen me do videos on that kind of thing before, but they're the counters. Nice looking things there. And so with the plastic coat, just gives them a kind of sheen, which is quite nice. Don't even have to use them. I've seen people using minis and all sorts. So the rules then, not tremendously complex for this one. They run to 27 pages, but it's big print, and you can see they're huge examples of play. You know, some of them taking up full pages. So a lot of repetition. I say not a lot, but some repetition, because I like to reinforce the rules so you don't have to read them through more than once. Read them through and then watch my how to play video or playthrough video, then you'll soon be up and running with that. And there are 10 missions, so the mission maps are at the back here as usual. On the left hand page you've got a summary of the rules, all the key stuff that you need, the charts and so on, so you don't have to keep flicking back to the rules. And we've got, as I say, 10 missions with varying objectives, all in full cover. You can see the grids are bigger than Hostage Rescue Squad. In other words, there's more tiles than there were on that. I think I'm right in thinking they were 5 wide, whereas these are 7 wide, and they were 7 high, whereas these are 9 tiles high, so considerably bigger, probably twice as many tiles or squares on a map. So that gives you a bit more tactical option as to how to approach them. The objectives also vary, so there are 2 or 3 hostage rescue missions in here, although they work differently to how they were in Hostage Rescue Squad. There are also missions about blowing things up, just retrieving information, killing sort of gang bosses and so on, and 1 or 2 other things. So again, it keeps things fresh. The hostiles move in a similar way, you can see, as they did in Hostage Rescue Squad, so following these triangles, but that depends on die rolls and things, and it's a just clearer system than that, I think. It's easier and much quicker to move the hostiles around, it's more intuitive. Apart from that, you know, it's a solitaire game, very replayable, takes about 20 to 40 minutes to play a mission once. It's reasonably challenging, but not impossible. All the missions are doable, but they may well take you several attempts to achieve them, and even then you're probably going to want to redo them again with different operatives. If you find any particularly challenging, then, as the game suggests, feel free to choose your team of operatives to help make things a little easier. But yeah, there we go. It's available on Amazon and as a download on wargamevault.com. And at some point, I'm sure I will get it onto lulu.com for the spiral binding version. But that's going to take a little while. That's it. Thanks, guys.